Welcome to Reaching Out. I'm Gregory Floyd, President Local 237. Joining me for this segment is one of our esteemed shop stewards, Roger Phillips. Roger is a maintenance worker with the New York City Police Department. Roger, thank you for coming to Reaching Out.
Thank you for allowing me, Mr. President. I am here to show you how appreciative I am for being a shop steward and to give a little insight of what I do and what the union does for us at BMS, as it's formerly known, that's Building Maintenance for the NYPD.
Roger, before we begin, give us a little bit about you. Tell us about yourself.
Well,
give us your background.
My name is Roger Phillips. I was born in the islands. I was raised in Guyana, and then I came to America. I attended most of my schooling in Guyana, as far as up to the university. And then I came to America, and I followed the suit. I did a college here in America. Then I worked with New York City Housing Authority for a number of years, 18 to be exact. And I'm presently 7 years with the NYPD. So far, so good to date.
That's 25 years you've been in New York City public service.
Public service, which has been good to me up to now.
Hey, well, tell us about the job that you currently do.
Well, I am presently maintenance worker with NYPD, and what we do, each member is allocated a certain amount of precincts, and you have to go there and do preventative maintenance of everything from floors right up to the wall. You name it, we do it.
Now, when you say from floors up to the walls, what are we talking about?
We do floors. We repair floors. We repair doors. We repair door locks. We do a little bit basic electrical stuff, like, we do certain electrical things, put in a few bulbs here and there, and so forth. We don't go too much into it because of the fact everybody has a job title and a trade. So the trades go into it. We just do the preventative things. If you see something is going to fall apart, you try to fix it before it eventually goes apart. And then you have to bring in other stuff. So we do the preventative thing in preventing it from happening.
Sure. And let me ask you a question, because we hear this all too often, that the public servants are too greedy. They make too much money. We don't need them. And you hear the attacks on labor, especially in the public sector. How do you feel when you hear that?
I'll tell you what, without the public servants in our area, at least in my field, without them, lots of things would be falling apart. We do need them. And because of that, I think there's one of the reasons why we have the union to support them in certain things. Because if you don't do that to maintain certain buildings, or do what you have to do to maintain certain buildings, certain job situation, it would all fall apart without the public servant. With the public servants, you get an easy access and a better flow. I know sometimes people complain of public servants not doing anything or just sitting there, but everybody in the public service position has a job to do, and even when one person is not there, the other one picks up the slack and continue to do that. So it's a demanding job, and it's a force that we need to keep together.
Now, what people really don't understand is in the New York City Police Department, you really should not have anybody coming in that's not a public employee. The reason is because if you hire a private contractor to come in, you do not have control over who that person and who that company hires. So you could actually hire terrorists to come in and do jobs, working side by side with police officers to infiltrate the security here in the city.
Well, I want to agree with you wholeheartedly on that, is because you don't know who's who. But once the maintenance worker goes through, they go through the screening just as a police. The only difference is that the police is sworn as a police officer, carries a gun,
yes,
and a badge. But other than that, he does the same thing as a regular police does, go through the same treatment as a police, but one is be civilian and one is be a police. And with contractors now, they don't do that. They give out a contract, and based on what I see and what I know, they give out a contract, they bid for the contract, that's it.
That's it.
And you come in. Meanwhile, you on the other hand, you get the soul work, you get the treatment of, police, because everybody looks at you as a police, and you get that kind of treatment, and the contractor gets nothing. He comes, does a shabby work, and then we got to follow up and do that and leave out. So we play a very, very important part in the NYPD.
Roger, thank you very much for coming on this show. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this segment. You've been a pleasure to speak to. Thank you.